with a tease for Randy Orton's WWE return and more. This is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we move on, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Rambles with notifications on, and don't forget to like the video. Mentioning the role that her husband Nick Aldis has in WWE, as he was a producer for the company before becoming the on-screen general manager of SmackDown, Mickie James said on the Under the Ring podcast, "I can't tell you how excited I am for Nick. He's worked a really long time, and there's been opportunities that perhaps he thought it may never happen, or we thought it would never happen, just different things along the way, and I feel like it's his time now. I'm so grateful that he's finally gotten an opportunity, and I know he's going to kill it. He's so great on the microphone as it is, but I think this GM role is perfect because he can be cocky and people can love him or they can hate him. I'm so excited for him, and he deserves it more than the world. I was crying when I got the news, and I had been waiting for the news to come out, and I was trying to keep it as secret as possible, so it was a big surprise. It's amazing to see him living the dream, and living his dream because we're obviously a couple and a team, but I've had so many amazing opportunities in my career, and I feel like a lot of people don't know how good he is, and now they're going to see." Talk about her headlining WrestleMania 37 with Mercedes Mone, Bianca Belair said on Keke Palmer's podcast, "That is the most memorable match to me because woo that day. If anybody goes back and watches that match, I was in tears in the ring after the bell rang. That's the last place you want to be in tears. I was like shoulder shaking, ugly face crying because that moment was so big and important." Belair then said this regarding the current WWE talent pool. "What I love about our roster too is that it's so diverse. Every single woman in the world can look at our roster and see somebody that they relate to. Different types of black girls can look at WWE and see someone that they relate to, someone that has the same interest as them." Opening up on AEW President Tony Khan's activity on social media recently, Chris Jericho said to The Messenger, "I learned years ago that bosses are going to be bosses and billionaires are going to be billionaires. I've been working for billionaires for 25 years. At this point, you can't control Tony Khan. He's going to do what he wants to do, and God bless him. He created this company. He runs this company. He also grew up in the social media era. I'm not going to tell him, take your phone away because he's my boss. Say what you want, whatever. I think it'd be worse if I said that stuff because I'm not the boss, you know? Tony Khan owns AEW. He can do what he wants. I'm not going to tell him no." With a fan posting a clip of Britt Baker performing in a match on NXT, the AEW star responded to this post writing, "I was never in NXT, I was local talent used for an enhancement match." Announcing on his Instagram that he is going to be an honorary ambassador for the Olympia Weekend, former WWE star Batista posted this video.
Guys, I'm Dave Batista, and I've just been informed that I have been named the honorary ambassador to the 2023 Olympia Weekend, courtesy of a man, Dan Solomon and Jake Wood. So thank you guys. I really appreciate this opportunity. I will see you there. We'll see everybody there November 2nd through 5th in Orlando, Florida for the Olympia.
Giving a health update on an AEW star that has been absent for months, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful reported that we've had people asking where Red Velvet has been. She's been sidelined with an injury most of this year. responding to a video where Mercedes Mone can be seen getting onto a fan of her asking questions about her exit from WWE. Francine said on the Eyes Up Here podcast, "If you've been doing it for a long time and she has, she should know better because these people are spending their hard-earned money. If I was that fan, I would never buy something from her again. I wouldn't just for the simple fact that she was rude. And you know, whether you want to be there or not, you're lucky that you can sit there and sign autographs for a a living. Touching on his role in the creative department for AEW, Bryan Danielson told Sports Nightly, "I think it's probably a little overstated. People ask me about it all the time, and I really don't do that much extra. Sometimes Tony asks me about certain ideas or whatever for Collision, and sometimes he doesn't. He's a very busy man. Football season has started. I hear a lot less from him during football season. It's one of those ideas where these shows are still Tony Khan produced shows. Most of these ideas are Tony Khan's ideas." During an interview with ESPN's Mark Raimondi, Rey Mysterio said this about a conversation he had with AEW star El Hijo del Vikingo and the advice he gave him. "I believe he was going through an injury at the time, and I kind of connected him with people to see if he could get his knee taken care of. Overall, I said it happened to me. A lot of people would tell me to slow down. With all due respect, I said thank you, yes I will, and it would almost come in one ear and out the other. Until you start going through injuries and surgeries, and you're not slowing down because they tell you, you're slowing down because you need to, and you can't risk your body anymore as you did." I pretty much gave him that advice and told him he could still be incredible if he just toned it down 2 or 3 beats more. Pick the moments where you want to do your things to impact. You don't have to do it every night because they already know who you are. I hope that he takes the advice and doesn't have to suffer what I did, which is learn the hard way. Recalling how he got fined for using Steve Austin's finishing move, NFL star Travis Kelce said on the New Heights podcast, "I stone cold stunnered Anthony Sherman in the end zone one time. I scored a touchdown against the Raiders. He came over like, yeah, Trav," holds arms up. "He was just exposed and I was like, stunner motion, stunner, yeah, he was all for it. You already know, the biggest thing, if you're going to pull off a stunner, you have to act like you got electrocuted. You're dead. You got to sell it. That's half of the stunner. You have to sell it. I got fined for it. I kicked him. It's like violence. It's just a wrestling move. We're not promoting violence. We're promoting Stone Cold Steve Austin." Speaking of Travis Kelce, who is currently dating musical star Taylor Swift, Seth Rollins said this to NBC Sports Chicago about that pairing and his marriage to fellow WWE star Becky Lynch. "Is there a WWE power couple or another sports power couple that I don't want to say rivals Kelce and T Swift? I mean, me and my wife are a power couple, man. We are the power couple in WWE. Come on now, Seth freaking Rollins and the man Becky Lynch. You don't get bigger than that in our world, brother. So yeah, we are the power couple. We run the ship here in WWE. We got staying power, you know. We'll see what happens with Swiftie and Kelce here if they got staying power. I wish him the best. Very cute relationship they got going on there. But yeah, man, they're no match for me and the man just yet. They still got some time to put in." Following his and Jey Uso's loss of the undisputed tag team titles on Monday Night Raw, Cody Rhodes wrote on X, "Well, that wasn't supposed to happen." With owner of the National Wrestling Alliance, Billy Corgan, announcing 2 TV deals. More details have been provided, as it was said that House of Wrestling has learned that the top 20 network Corgan refers to is the CW. Some logistics are being worked out, but an official announcement should be coming relatively soon. The 2 TV deals that Corgan mentioned are for 2 different NWA products that will air on the CW, NWA Power, and a reality TV show about the day-to-day, behind-the-scenes business of the NWA. Going over the reason as to why a pro wrestler did not make it to a WWE tryout, Sean Ross Sapp, a Fightful, noted, WWE sources confirmed that Hollyhood Haley J didn't attend the tryouts due to clearances on her side, which she claims was her doctor not clearing her due to epilepsy. WWE sources told us they plan to have her back in for another tryout. Revealing a talent that showed up behind the scenes in AEW, Sean Ross Sapp, a Fightful, wrote that after nearly a full year away, we're told that former NWA Women's Champion Serena Deeb was backstage at the AEW Collision tapings on Saturday, October 13th. Those that we've spoken to say they haven't seen Serena backstage at all this year, and the area isn't anywhere near where she would have just been visiting. Previously, it was reported that WWE is eyeing Survivor Series as an event for Randy Orton to return, as he's been out of action since last year after needing back fusion surgery. Now, Rev Theory, those behind Orton's current WWE theme song, put out this post. It reads, "The time is near. It remains to be seen when the Viper makes his comeback to professional wrestling." And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.